All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who is the God of the Hebrew Israelites. Yahweh Shai is the true name of his only begotten Son. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. And I'm back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Just another quick spiritual observation. Now, I don't know who this chick is. Obviously, I see her name at the bottom, Summer Bunny. I don't know who she is from a can of paint, man. But she's been on my, on my timeline on my YouTube page. So I thought it was I didn't know if it was a man or what at first. I guess it's a female. But I'm gonna let her say what she needs to say about this Barbie movie and this particular point, being that I did go see the movie when it came out with my daughter. And I'm gonna bring out some precepts and we'll talk about it, because this is the mentality of the modern day woman, especially here in the USA, also known as Babylon the Great, man. And this is why the Lord has to come and change these things, man, because everything is completely out of order and upside down. Nothing is the way it's supposed to be, other than the Lord's hopeful elect coming back, all right, and being obedient towards Yahweh by Hashem and Hawashah to the best of their abilities, until the Lord comes and makes us perfect and whole. Well, here we go.
She just was trying to say Kens were trying to take over the world. Barbie went to the real world, and when she came back, the fucking men had took over. I'm talking about they was in a dream house, and she was like, "What the fuck is going on?" But that's how men are today. Like, they feel like they're in our spot. Like they can pop shit. I be seeing men, like, I done seen some sassy shit where I just be like, you know what? I'm gonna let you have it, sis. Cause you got it. You literally gotta give it. It's some sassy shit going on. But that was the whole moral of it. And I loved it. Cause it just proved that girls, we gotta own our shit more.
All right, you heard it. So I did see that movie. So if you guys didn't see it, if you don't have daughters, I'm sure you probably didn't go see it. But yeah, there was a part in the movie where Barbie and Ken went to the real world. Ken, when he got to the real world, the big bad USA, he was seeing, men in these positions of power, if you will. And when they got back to the Barbie world, yeah, they did take over, bro. They took over. They were in the so-called dream house, and they had the women, the other Barbie women, they were serving them, and being in a submissive position, man. And you can see and hear, in her mannerisms. Let me run it right back. She just watch.
When she came back, the fucking men had took over. I'm talking about they was in a dream house. And she was like, what the fuck?
You see the type of disdain that the woman has for the men. All right, these days the women, especially the women of the nation of Israel, and especially the so-called black women, they hate us with a passion, man. But it's all from Yahweh Shem Shah. I'm gonna bring out some precepts, man. But yeah, man, that did happen, and that was my favorite part of the movie, actually. I was loving that. But of course, man, who are we kidding, man? That movie, and a lot of movies these days, it's all about feminism. Yeah, they had that part where the Kens did take over, but good and well, in the end, Barbie them took it back. And they were just made to be like idiots, the men. Now, what she's talking about, this sassy stuff, I don't know if she's talking about specifically the men that are, acting like women, because we do have a lot of that going on in the world, and especially in our nation, where men are, acting and behaving like women. Or is it just a whole, she don't want to be ruled over by a man in any form or fashion, don't want to submit to a man? Either way, these precepts will give us some insight on it. So first and foremost, this is let's go to 2 Timothy. But that's the mindset of these women, especially of our nation, man. They hate the order that the Lord set up, which is to say, man, they hate Yahweh Shem Shah, all right, and everything that the Lord, stands for. His men, the prophets. Eve don't want no parts of that, because she's wicked, man. She's the weaker vessel, all right, and which means she's more susceptible to seducing spirits, man. And that's what you see here in these last days. Just a bunch of seducing spirits just tearing these women up left and right, man. They don't even know is she coming or going. All right. 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 16, laying the foundation. All right. All scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine, reproof, for correction and instruction in righteousness. So I brought this precept out to, make the point, first and foremost, that every word that's written in this Bible is true because it is inspired, which is to say it is the Lord's words. He just, put it in the mouths of men. All right. So it's all true and it's profitable for what? Doctrine. All right. Conducting ourselves a certain way, both the man, starting with the man, and the female, the reproof and correction. And that is what we're doing a lot of these days. The prophets and the teachers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, we're trying to reprove and correct our people, not just the women. We get on the men just as much as we get on the women, but it's just so many of them, and their wickedness is on a whole nother level that it seems like we are talking about them more. But we're doing this not to be talking, crap about our women, because the fact of the matter, deep down, man, we all love our sisters, man, but we have to do this because they are out of order. All right. And it's getting late in the day, and the Lord is getting ready to bring straight hell and chaos upon this earth, man, like the earth has never seen before. All right. So we'll go to Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 1. All right, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. All right, and this is the in relation to all scripture is given by inspiration of the Lord. Go hand in hand with this right here, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding. Not just the book of Proverbs, but the Bible in its totality. All right, we use this to gather these things, wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, so that when we hear a brother, all right, or a sister that has a certain level of understanding, we'll be able to perceive that. All right, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity. All right, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man, knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. Now, the reason why I'm, making a point on that word man is because most of the people of our nation don't really want to acknowledge what the Lord said concerning his order. Yahweh Shai, the man, the woman, and the child. Being that this place is backward in these last days, things have been switched, man. All right. But this truth, man, the counsel, the teaching, all right, in a certain way, it's for men. Here we have women calling themselves bishops, preachers, prophetesses, all these things, man, just out of order. Queens, a bad bitch. All right. All these things is just completely out of order. But all right, the real deal, learning and being able to be a wise individual and being able to judge with a certain level of understanding, a certain level of wisdom. This first and foremost goes to the men, and the men of the nation of Israel were, to be an example of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And then guess what? The women would follow suit, and the children, and we would just produce, generations and generations of righteous, thriving families. But of course, that's not how the story goes. We went off. All right, we got severely punished, and we're at the end of our captivity, and it's about to get very, very real before it gets better. All right, for everybody, including the Lord's hopeful elect. But, Lord willing, the Lord be with us during this time of great tribulation, man. But for women who remain in that spirit, see, right now, this is a season of mercy, season of grace. People, men and women, still have time to get it together, to make some positive changes, to get that rapport with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Unfortunately, of course, you see the mentality of most of the women. They're getting worse by the day. The more the men are calling out that wicked Jezebel spirit, it's starting to hurt and prick them. And all they know, because they can't admit that they were wrong at all, you know, it's causing them to just spew more and more madness every day. They're getting worse. Here you got the men of Yahweh Shema Shai, the sisters that follow suit, getting their act together, and then you got this whole group, this 2/3 group of women, all right, that are just bucking up against any type of order, any type of decency, man. All right, so let's go to First Corinthians 11:3. And here's the order. All right. Remember what we read, the first precept. All scripture is given, by inspiration of Yahweh, by Hashem and Yahweh Shai. So here we go. This is the Lord saying these things through a man. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach. All right. Hamashiach Malak Yahweh Shai. And the head of the woman is the man. And the head of the woman is the man. All right. And the head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh. There's your order. Okay. It's Yahweh, his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, the men of the nation of Israel, then the women of the nation of Israel. And it should go without saying the children come after that. Okay. Starting with the boy child, I'm gonna just keep it real, because he's gonna grow up to be a man and be the head of the household. So there it is, man. Again, Babylon the Great. We speak about Babylon the Great because we live in Babylon the Great. They have taught the women contrary to what the Lord have taught us, man. And the women, they don't know if they're coming or going. They're lost now more than ever, man. And it's because of that pride. You got the men of Yahweh Shema Shai doing their job and correcting this type of behavior, but because they're so prideful, they're not gonna let it go. They're gonna rock out. They're crashing out all the way until the Lord brings that severe judgment, man. All right, they're crashing out. Make no mistake about it. They should been able to see these things. My favorite scripture concerning a dog returning to his vomit. Well, man, that's what these women are doing. The Lord has shut down the whole world damn near during that time of the pandemic. And guess what our women did? Did they get righteous? Did they start to get in order? Did they just chill out? Hey, we all made mistakes, starting with the men, all right? And definitely the men of Yahweh Shema Shai. We admitted that. That's how we got to the point, acknowledging our faults and our wrongdoings, man. So we all done went off, man. But they're so prideful, they can't just let it go and just admit they was wrong, just they can't, we don't even expect Eve to be at a high level like the few sisters written about in the Bible. We just really asking y'all just to chill out and just be a help, and not a damn burden. But they can't even do that. Why? Again, they're so prideful. They're puffed up. They've been enabled to have that type of mentality, man. Therefore, the Lord can no longer hold his peace concerning this madness, or else he wouldn't be a righteous power. And we do know Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is righteous. So he got to do something about this wicked, crazy woman, man. All right. And the men too, make no mistake about it. Okay. Let's see what we got here. 3. And this is what happened to us because of the wickedness and disobedience, starting with the men, all right, of the nation of Israel. This is what the Lord let happen to us. And this is why the women are doing what they're doing right now to this very day. In the book of Jeremiah 31 and verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter, referring to the nation of Israel as a whole, starting with the men, all right, backsliding. For the Lord have created a new thing, all right. So you remember the order that the Lord told you he set up, all right, but the Lord created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man, and that, amen, Eve don't understand, amen, that things aren't supposed to be like this, man. She rather hold on into, our captivity and the punishment that the Lord brought upon us, and instead of realizing that things are about to change. And, if we stay the course and finish the course, we finna be the under Yahweh Shai, and everybody in their respective orders, the greatest thing this earth has ever seen, man. And she don't understand that she could do this for all eternity in righteousness, man. Have real jewels in your sandals and such, instead of wearing these red bottoms who you don't know who the hell that dude is. You know what I mean? And they're plastic. We'll get you some real garments, some real materials, and not wearing all this polyester and blue jeans and all this crap that our women wear. And you won't have to wear that makeup that she had on, that all that makeup she had on to hide her imperfections, man.
And when she came back, the fucking men had took over. I'm talking about they was.
You can just feel it and just see she's like the audacity that the fucking men took over. Well, again, we're supposed to be running things, not in righteousness, of course. And I'm be honest, man, Eve don't know what true leadership is in righteousness, because she haven't really seen it. We're just now coming back to the Lord, man, the men of Yahweh Shem Shai. So we have a level of understanding about that, which means we'll have a certain level of mercy. But guess what? Eventually, Eve, you got to get your shit together. And eventually, Eve, here pretty soon, those gates of mercy and understanding are going to go out the window, and you're going to be held accountable for all these words that you've been saying and these actions, that you have, projected amongst your brothers, man, are just straight madness. When you had time and time and time and time, the Lord gave you nothing but time to get your act together, and you still just wanted to hold on to this pretend spirit. So that's why we're talking about Jacob's trouble so much, because it's right around the corner, and you women are going to be in the worst predicament that you could ever imagine in your life, man, when the world is swept right from underneath you, man. All your pleasures and your treats, man. All right. Our women are at ease. They chilling for the most part, a lot of them. Some of them are in hard situations, but the majority of the women here in Babylon the Great, they are puffed up beyond your wildest imagination. And then all of a sudden, boom, that sudden destruction gonna come, man, via Jacob's trouble, the great tribulation, and Eve ain't gonna have no protection, and she ain't gonna have no wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to know how to navigate. So she threw whatever the Lord got for her. If it's a wild animal, beast of tear, her fellow brother or sister, all right, of or people of other nations, putting under death, terrorizing them, beating them half to death, taking what they have, man. All these things are going to be issued. The storms, you're going to have no hedge of protection over your dwelling place when the Lord brings these storms and these floods. You see San Diego, and I mean, how many times have California been damn near the whole state been on fire? It burned up every summer, when it's really go time, man. There's not no hedge of protection. You don't have a man. You didn't respect the order. You held on to your pride, all the way out, all the way to this thing, got too real for you. And then they're gonna want to come back and be submissive and say, I need you. And you know what, I'm gonna chill out. Because again, that's all we really asking for you, in relation to knowing that you ain't finna be at this high level, my sister, like them real deal biblical women. All right, but we are just trying to see if you can just chill out and come out of, that way of thinking. You can't even do that. So it'll be the hell with you during Jacob's trouble. You best believe that. And hey, you better not run into none of us, and that go with the men, for the men of Yahweh Shem Shai, and every other man that may not be of the Lord, man. You better not run into none of these men that you done wrong, man. It's going to be your ass, man. We're warning you, though, all right, before it happens. So you can't even blame us for nothing. All right, we try to correct you and just told you to chill out, and again, you couldn't even do that. So hey, man, when it go down, good luck. And then when we take over and get our dream house back, all right, like she's, they're gonna be so jealous, man. When they're burning in that lake of fire, we're beamed up in them glorious chariots, man, watching them burn. All right, and they probably, I don't know how the Lord gonna do it, but I'm sure, make no mistake about it, they gonna see our salvation, man. The strangeness of our salvation, and they gonna wish that they were submissive and wish that they were under a man, because we're gonna be rich beyond your wildest imagination, man, for our obedience, man. All right, our obedience and our faith. And you gonna wish, that you was, in the in your right position under a man, but you thought you was big and bad because this is a pretend world, man. Especially under Esau Edom, this stuff is all pretend, it's fake, man. All right, and Eve is not intelligent enough, all right, spiritually or carnally, to even pick up on that, man. So, hey, when that rug gets taken right up from, hey, don't blame us, man. Good luck. Good luck. I know for myself, I definitely wouldn't want to be in your position, Eve. Good gracious. Just dealing with the chastisement and the judgment that we've had, dealing with Yahweh, or should I say Yahweh Shemahashah, dealing with us. It ain't been no joke, man. All right, so I could only imagine how bad it's going to be for you. All right, when the Lord really let loose his righteous anger upon this earth like the earth has never seen before. All right, we're prophesying this, all right? Let's see where we at. Jeremiah 4. Yep. Now concerning these women. Proverbs. Back to Proverbs. Chapter 9 and verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. I mean, she's loud. She is simple and knoweth nothing. Hey, just like that sister, they loud, always popping they with them stretched forth necks, man. Very simple, simps, all right, and don't know nothing but vanity, pleasures and vanity, especially in Babylon the Great. That's all our women know is pleasures and vanity, all right, and the love of money so they can attain that vanity and those pleasures, man. Clamor, she don't know nothing, man. She don't realize this whole process, don't realize that we are way stronger and more powerful than we may look. All right, and the Lord punished us for a particular amount of time, but Eve don't know that we finna be kings and princes, all right, walking on this earth, man, in righteousness, all right, with all type of power, with these glorified, perfected bodies, all right, they can't stink, all right, will be not offensive in one way. Will these new bodies be offensive to any of your senses? She don't realize that. I bet you, if you who knows how about her hygiene, how that goes, but I know she can't say the same. I guarantee you when she wake up, her breath is because we're imperfect, man. That's why the Lord say pride wasn't created for man. It's all those issues. We're so imperfect. Why do we have to be puffed up when we wake up with our breath all crazy like that? We got to get these new bodies so that won't be an issue. And then we can stunt on these fools in righteousness, all right? And we can wear, just these elaborate garments and all the crazy jewels, man, and crazy, shoes, however type of shoes we going to have, custom everything, fit to our body perfectly. You know what I mean? But Eve would rather sit here and bleed month to month, deal with all these issues, man, and go through the, the extreme pains of child labor. That's not going to be an issue in the kingdom. Do you not know that? Do you think it's going to hurt, all right, to have a baby in the kingdom of heaven? Absolutely not. That's something we can foresee already, all is going to be perfect, man. All right. But you're going to blow it, Eve. You're going to blow your opportunity. All right. To make it. And we know, the men of Yahweh Shemahashah, that this is all the will of the Lord, who he chose to make it and not make it. We're just watching it play out and doing our job to say, hey, this ain't right. So the Lord is going to be justified when he bring that fire upon you, man. All right. See, 5, 6. 2 Timothy. Couple more precepts. 2 Timothy 3. Start at 1, right? This know also that in the last days, and we're prophesying, all right, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemahashah, we are in fact in the last of the last days. Perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of them own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh. All right. And the women are definitely taking on that characteristic, as well as most of these characteristics that's being named here in 2 Timothy. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, for such turn away. And that's definitely going into the women who in the so-called, who think they're so-called Christians and think they're so-called holy, as well as the women who know that they're Hebrew Israelites but won't respect the order of the man and the woman, or Yahweh Shai, the man and the woman, man. So a lot of our people do have a form of godliness. They probably really truly do believe that, you know, the higher power Yahweh does exist and his son does exist. But all right, they're denying the power thereof because they're not moving according to wisdom. All right, and that wisdom starts with what? Fear of the Lord, fear of Yahweh Bashim Hawashai, and you will start to, you know, gain a certain level of wisdom and understanding of what you're supposed to be doing, where we're at and where we're headed. All right, all these things are written in this Bible for the Lord's hopeful elect to decipher through the Spirit. All right, you're nowhere near that. Our women are nowhere near that through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Hawashai. They're completely lost, and and the Lord's gonna be justified again when he bring that fire upon them, man. All right, just y'all are children, y'all are the Lord's daughters, man. Y'all are wicked, y'all are whores, and the Lord has to punish you, man. And he's gonna give you a good old-fashioned, you know, butt whooping, you know, and it ain't gonna be with no belt, man. Yeah, and you might get whooped with a belt in Jacob's trouble, but it'll be more than that, my sister. You better believe that. All right, let's see, 6. Yeah, so I'll just bring out these two more now. I'll leave it at that. Let's go to 1 John. 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And we know our people, especially in these last days, a lot of our people have gotten very comfortable financially, if not absolutely rich, man, via, you know, entertainment and folly and foolishness, or manipulation, deceit, you know, or just, you know, having a vain spirit. Okay. So therefore, you know good and well that they not looking for the end to come. They are comfortable. They're at ease. So they not looking for anything to change, man. When we're prophesying bad things, hey, you're gonna lose your house. Hey, Jacob's trouble is coming. Hey, they're finna try to make us take this mark inside our bodies, and without it, you're not gonna be able to participate in society. Our people don't want to hear that. They're fine with what they have. They're fine working their 9-to-5 jobs or what have you, or being social media influencers or entertainers or whatever the hell that they're doing to make ends meet. All right. So therefore, they're not trying to hear nothing about no bad times coming. That pandemic exposed a lot of their true character. They wasn't doing so hot. And the people who were doing so hot is because they was giving them money. You see what I'm saying? Comfortable, didn't care nothing about no doggone. For the people who were getting that money, those PP loans, scamming people, and the unemployment, some people were living better, getting more money during that pandemic than they do, you know, when it wasn't. So they're very comfortable, man. They're not trying to hear, oh man, we got to go through this again and it's going to be even worse. Absolutely. That's what we're saying. They don't want to hear it. All right. So that means the love of the Father is not in them, man. So when it go down, don't you try to act like you know our Father and our brother. All right. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, because the Lord is going to quickly show you that he never knew you. All right. You clowns. All right. And I'll leave it off with this. And 1 Peter. 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yahweh. This thing is about humility. Again, we all fell short of the grace of Yahweh Bashim Hawashai, man. All right. And we all sinned. We all messed up. We all deserve death, man. All right. That's why we got to stay humble. And we know that our women ain't nowhere near humble. They prideful now more than ever because they got makeup and they can hide the imperfections that the Lord put upon them. They can hide their bald headedness, you know, their pimples, wear heels, toot they little butts up, or they big butts, and make themselves look taller and bigger and more menacing than they truly are with them weak ankles. All right. Hey man, they're not humble at all, man. But hey, the men and women of Yahweh Shema Hawashai, we're humble through the Lord's process. We were once in the world, make no mistake about it. Everybody that you hear calling upon the name of Yahweh Shema Hawashai with the spirit of truth had to come out the world, man. We was all doing everything that you see now. But the difference is we came out of it, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Hawashai, and we do mean everything, all right? There's, other, than blasphemy in the Holy Spirit, that can't be forgiven. But, everything else, man, you better believe we were into it, man. All right. But again, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yahweh, that he may exalt you in due time. And that time is coming where we're going to be exalted. The nation of Israel, the remnant, starting with the remnant. All right. There's going to be a great reward for us. Lord willing, I'm of that number, first and foremost, Lord willing. And the Lord is going to exalt us. Brothers, all right, are going to get crowns on their heads, man, in dominion, all right, and great glory, receive new bodies and riches, and their heart's desire, get their families back, man. All these things, man, are coming to the Lord's hopefully let. Go ahead, my sister, crash out and blow it. We don't care at this point, man. We too close, and you know what I mean? We're not going back. We're not looking back to go in the world, man. So good luck with whatever y'all got going, popping your gum, snapping your necks, because when it go down, best believe you probably get your neck snapped. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear again to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Shalom.